Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. I'm coming to you today live from Ramble Trailerworks in Northlake, Texas. We got a rig over here behind me and we're getting some serious upgrades to it right now. And I've been asked many times about a direct replacement for the factory Girard tankless water heater because some of you are not happy with its performance and things like that. But right here, I've got the Fogatti InstaShower 8 Plus and it's designed to be an exact footprint fit replacement for that. Now, all of you know, or I hope you know Chad. Chad's RV Reviews. He's a good friend of mine. And he recently did a video on the Fogatti Ultra and he actually installed it on his own trailer. And he did a little driveway test of it. So if you're interested in the Fogatti Ultra and what he did to get that thing installed in his trailer, please go check out his video. It'll be linked in the video description down below. And he did a pro install because today you're getting the mad scientist approach here with me. Because I'm here at Ramble Trailerworks and the trailer is under construction, I built this custom state-of-the-art testing facility to test out this water heater. And by state-of-the-art, I mean a 5-gallon bucket, a sketchy water pump, a propane tank that's probably way out of date, and this. This is the Fogatti FG66FR 55,000 BTU of raw power. We're going to see if this Girard Killer can handle the Northlake chilly water using nothing but my DIY plumbing nightmare going on here. Let me give you a tour of it all real quick. Let me grab the camera. That's even better. I made a little mess there, but water comes up through the water pump, goes through the water pump, out the water pump, up through my clear tubing, all the way to the inlet side of the water heater. It goes through the mechanisms in there and it comes out the hot water side and goes right back into my bucket. This propane line is just here, goes straight to the propane tank over there. And then I've got the controller here. It's hooked up to these two blue wires. You got your hot and ground here. They've got my 3-way Wagos, and that's powering the machine and the water pump off of my 12-volt Battleborn GC3 here. Now, one of the reasons this is a popular swap with Airstreamers is that it fits the standard 13 by 13 inch cutout. And unlike some of your other units or older units, this thing pumps out 2.9 gallons per minute. And it has this really cool and nice digital controller here that lets you dial in the exact temperature that you're looking for. And that keeps you from having to do that little RV shower dance where it's freezing 1 second and being boiled alive the next. I'll give you a tour of this whole front of this thing in a minute and tell you all the features up here that I like and the design features and things like that are different than the Girard. But first of all, let's get this thing fired up. Propane on, gas stop done, hot wire on, ground wire on, and it's going to start automatically. So water's coming in. I hear water going through the system there. So I haven't turned on the controller yet, but I can hear water running through there. Controller's coming on. I hear this thing fire up. I see that water is flowing. The fan is turning in there and flame is on and it's quickly heating up. 95, 98, 102, 106, 107. I got it set to 116. 115 is what I like typically, but 116. Now, I will not cut out any sounds or any noise from this. You can hear what's running. The pump is running over there. It's pretty quiet. I got it dialed in pretty good. It's pumping water through here, and it's just recirculating the bucket. So now the bucket is getting to 118, so it's bringing in warm water, now warmer water, back down to 116. So it's controlling the temperature. The flame sense in here really says if the water is super cold, it adds more flames. And if the water's already warmed close to what I want it to, it adds just a little bit of flame. But it's very quiet. It's very quiet outside. So this will be outside the trailer right here. And from inside perspective, I can't even hear it. You hear the whoosh when it starts up, the whoosh of the flame, I call it. But everything else is running. I'm going to turn this off just for a minute. I hear the flame cut off. And the fan continues to run, so it cools the system down. I like it. And the bucket water, nice and toasty. That fast. I mean, it went through, there's at least 4 gallons of water in that bucket. And the short time here that I did this whole setup, that whole bucket of water is 118 degrees, 116 degrees, something like that. Pretty impressive how fast it went through that whole thing. So that's that 2.8 gallons per minute kind of flow rate. All right, let me disconnect my power here, turn off my water pump, turn off my everything. Okay. I believe many of you who have issues with your on-demand or tankless water heater system is mostly due to a lack of education. Some months ago, I installed a different shower mixing valve in my own shower in the trailer, maybe a year ago now, longer than that. It's been fantastic. It allows me to continuously pump water. It goes through the water heater and back into my fresh tank until I'm ready for it to come out the shower head. That way, I'm not wasting fresh water on waiting on it to get warm. I'm not filling my gray tank inadvertently by waiting on the water to get warm and spraying it down the drain kind of thing. So that is a shower miser kind of setup. But this water heater, I tell you, I'm very, very impressed with it. And I'm going to show you some features on here that I really, really do like, more so than I like on the Girard. And I can't tell you that this one would be any better in taking a shower with than the Girard is. They both kind of do the same thing. Meaning if you stop demanding hot water, meaning you hit the pause button on your shower head, it's going to stop making hot water. And when you turn the shower back on, from here through to the shower head, that line of water is warm, but there's cold coming right behind it until it can get warmed back up. However, this thing warms up the water super fast. Like the water coming out of the bucket over there, the hot side water coming out of the bucket came out hot really, really fast. So it really depends on how long your trailer is and how far the plumbing is from all the things. But I think this heats up a little faster than my Girard does, based on what I've just seen here, because my shower is right across the hallway from my water heater. So it heats up okay, but not super fast. This seemed to heat up super fast. All right, components that I like on it very much. Now, if you notice, it's got the white door here. That would not go well with my Airstream, so I'd want to paint this to some degree, but I do very, very much like this locking mechanism. So if I bought this heater, I would take the door off. There's some screws here. I would paint this thing to a silver color. And this door lock right here is just exactly like the door locks that you have on your trailer already. So it looks very similar to that. The locking side of it is a much better locking mechanism than what comes on the Girard. I like the way that the door faces on this particular model for my trailer, my setup, because this is the leading edge of my trailer, meaning the front's that way. And when I'm driving down the road, if this thing weren't closed, it would at least blow in the wind. Currently, my hinge is here, so if mine's not closed, it flops open all the way like this. So many of you struggle with the black ring in the Girard, getting it closed and getting this thing lined up. But this thing is cone shaped back here, so it forces that ring into place when you close it down on here. And that's already cooled down. That's the exhaust. So this has got a smooth edge on it out here, this exhaust port. So if you do close the door, this thing just lines up automatically. I don't have to do any wiggling of this to get that on there. The door is a much more sturdy door. It feels much more sturdy. I love that they put this protective ring around this edge here, so it's not just a sharp edge like that one over there is. They have some padding here to keep the door shut. It looks very clean. It looks very similar to a Girard. Again, it does about the same thing. I do like the high pressure relief valve here is a pointed down thing instead of the up, the way my Girard points. But the system looks good. It's a nice burner chamber back there. Really, really nice system. So I do think that should I need to replace my current water heater, this would be a fantastic alternative. The controller mechanism is pretty easy to use. Fahrenheit or Celsius, power on, power off, and temperature up or down. This can be easily done, wherever your water heater is. This thing just runs down the wall and plugs into it pretty easy. This is a super easy thing to set up and install on your rig if you wanted to. It's already got the holes drilled all the way around. Just to pull your current unit out, slide this current unit in, hook up the screws on the outside, and hook up the things on the back. It's a very basic thing to do. Very, very basic setup, very basic system to install. I want to thank the folks at Fogatti for sending this out for me to check it out. I very much appreciate it. And in full disclosure, I did not pay for this. They sent this to me to review it, and I'm very happy to review it, and I very much like this system. I like the whole setup. And a huge, huge thank you to the guys at Ramble here for letting me set up my weird science testing project here. But if you're interested in getting this water heater, you can get it done here at Ramble Trailerworks. We'll put one in for you. You can click on the link down below and get one for yourself if you need a new water heater. If you're someone who has an older rig, an older Airstream with a tanked system in it, and it's time to get rid of that system, I love the on-demand or tankless water heaters. I'm a huge fan of them. You just got to learn how to use it. So many people just don't take the time to get educated and how to run the system, but I do think any type of tankless on-demand water heater, particularly this thing, along with a shower miser or changing out the mixing valve like I did, will be gangbusters for all of you out there who need hot water in your life. And seriously, go watch Chad's video on the Ultra version of this thing. It's awesome. And he did a much better install than my mad scientist project here. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a bucket of hot water and a very confused shop foreman over there watching me. So I'll see you on the next one. You guys have an awesome day. Love you all. Happy adventures, everybody. Bye.